Siberian massive craters seem to be increasing, as perhaps because of the fact that geologists and those who are interested in them try to find them in the area of Siberia. There are those who believe that these are huge craters of methane gas being released from the permafrost. As we know, Siberia has had a tremendous amount of increase in heat. The temperatures are unexplainable why they're so hot, not only in Siberia, but around the Arctic. As we know, the Arctic, the North Pole ice is melting. We have record wildfires in Siberia. And as you can see here on this map by NOAA, this is the area of Siberia that is so hot. It is so hot it compares to the hot weather of the Mediterranean countries. These are the latest wildfires in Siberia. Now, a hole in the ground is just a hole unless it's a mysterious Siberian crater about 170 feet deep, and it has something about it that Siberian leading crater experts say. This object is unique. It holds a lot of additional scientific information, which I'm not yet ready to disclose. Now, huge craters appear to seem overnight with no evidence of warning or visible explanation, and it's been plaguing Siberia for the past few years. In the area of YAMAL, that means end of the earth. The peninsula in northern Russia is where the first ones were formed about in the year 2014. That's where we have a very sharp increase in temperatures in Siberia. Rumors of giant sandworms, alien spaceships, secret government weapons, and other strange theories were considered before scientists like Vasily Bogovalensky of the Russian Oil and Gas Research Institute in Moscow settled on hydrolaccoliths or pingos, which are mounds of frozen water, soil, and methane gas, which build up pressure as climate change warms the permafrost until the methane explodes and these craters collapse. So that is a well-accepted theory. Now, though the cracks, he says, natural gas going to the melting ice core, filling it, and the pingo erupts, it was also heated by a stream of warmth coming from the bowels of the earth through the cracks. It's a very interesting process which we have never observed before, he said. He says that he was baffled in 2014 when he inspected the first crater, but methane was always a possibility for him. While most scientists blame the pingo explosions and collapse on the heat of climate change, one in 2016 generated this unusual theory from Vladimir Melnikov, head of the faculty Earth Cryosphere at the Tyumen State Oil and Gas University. He said, there was a gas and lichen cover on the Yamal Peninsula. Lichen, as we know, because when the ice melts, the lichen grow. So grass, he says, in lichen means that, of course, it's hotter weather. That's why the grass is growing there. Now, he says, but increased number of reindeer, the vegetation gets overgrazed. The reindeer are eating too much, no moss, no cover to reflect sunshine from the soil surface. Now, he points the finger at the reindeer. Other than other reindeer, is there anything else that could be causing this? Another strange incident occurred in 2015 when an expedition was sent to inspect a crater containing what appeared to be a metallic object, possibly a spaceship, some believe. This is a moment their call ended and we could not reach them again. When we sent a backup helicopter to the site, there was no sign of the three-man team. They have vanished and the crater was empty. And the story seems to disappear too. So what happened to these people? Where did they go? Now, if they were walking, of course, too close to the edge of the crater, were they in the crater? Are they to be found in the crater? Who knows? Accidents do happen. Now, so where did they go? Well, many are pushing the climate change, melting permafrost, triggering pingos, making craters explanation, and even the reindeer. Some are blaming overly aggressive natural gas mining by Russian companies. Could that be what these scientists are not yet ready to disclose? In a number of areas, pingos, as we see both from satellite data and with our own team, he says, with our own eyes during helicopter inspections, they literally prop up gas pipes. In some places, they jack up the gas pipes. They seem to begin to slightly bend the pipes. As the Earth changes, with the gas building up, the earth sort of inflates, and then the gas pipes would, of course, crack open. And this is what happened in Siberia recently with the gas pipe. What was it? It was an oil leak, and it was an oil disaster. So the company that ran that oil pipe, that gas pipe, blamed climate change and that they should not pay for the cleaning up the destruction. Anyway, it's not clear how close the latest crater is to the nearest city or village, but many have been close enough. They also seem to grow over time as sides collapse and the crater fills with water. The scariest aspect is that they're generally deep, big, and happening more frequently every year because, of course, the weather warming up. Blocks of soil and ice throw hundreds of meters from epicenter of the funnel at the YAMAL Peninsula. They explode with all this earth coming out, as you can imagine. This is very dangerous. And now, scientist Dr. Evgeny Chuvilin, the leading researcher at the Skolkovo Institute of Science and Technology, said, "What we see today is striking in its size and grandeur. These are the colossal forces of nature that create such objects. The crater, these holes are called hydrolaccoliths or bulgunyaks by scientists. It's given the number 17. It's seen in the most impressive of the large holes to study suddenly appear in recent years as the permafrost thaws." Professor Vasily Bogoyalevsky of the Russian Oil and Gas Research Institute told Vesti Yamal, "This object is unique. It carries a lot of additional scientific information which I am not yet ready to disclose. It's a subject for scientific publication. We have not analyzed all this yet and built three-dimensional models of it." So as you can understand, they have to study this and come to a conclusion as to what could be causing all this. Now, the craters appear because gas-saturated cavities are formed in the permafrost. In a literal sense, a void space filled with gas with high pressure. The covering layer distends, the thickness of which is about 15 to 30 feet approximately. Explosions have happened in swelling pingos or mounds in the tundra, which erupts when the gas builds up under a thick cap of ice. Now, the scientists had previously claimed that human activities like drilling for oil and gas, the gas from the YAMAL reserves, could be a factor in these eruptions. He's concerned at the risk of ecological disasters of pingos being built up close to a gas pipeline production facilities and close to residential areas. In a number of areas, pingos, as we see both from satellite data and with our own eyes during helicopter inspections, literally prop up gas pipelines, he said. And this is on blog SeniorNet, and I'll leave a link below for you. Please leave your comments. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.